So, I am extremely excited because I have been allowed to have a sneak preview at the first box of our Get the Nation Crafting Craft subscription box. So this is it in all its glory, the card making kit there. I haven't unwrapped that one. I have broken this one open and I'm going to attempt to make a card for you. I don't do this very often. This will be about the third or fourth card I've made, so bear with me. I just do need to point out that these 4 bits here, my scorer, my pokey tool, scissors and pencil don't come in the box, but if you're gonna get crafting, wise investments and inexpensive, I think you'll find. Now I don't really know what I'm doing, so it's good that there is an inspiration sheet included in the box. How amazing is that? And it gives you step-by-step instructions as well. There's easy and there's hard cards. Now, when I had a look, I couldn't really tell the difference between the two of them. However, I am gonna go for easy, otherwise we might be here all day. So I'm gonna do this one. This one's been made earlier by someone far better at crafting than me. This is from set 4 easy, and we're gonna give that a go. So, I mean, how hard can it be? I'm gonna, so what's it say? Take one of the right card rectangles and fold it in half with the fold on the left. Well, that's not rocket science, is it? Even I can manage that, but I am gonna use my little thing here to score it to make it a nice clean fold. There we go. Ooh, now this is the bit that makes me nervous. Cut out a 12.5 centimetre square from the purple card and stick onto the card like that. But I'm not going to do the 12.5 because I would actually quite like a white border. Like that. My mum's dead crafty. She does loads of stuff. And she taught me that that looks really nice, you see. But that involves maths. This is where I get a bit rubbish. So I need to mark where I'm going to cut this. And then, did you know the human eye, I found this, and my dad was an ENT surgeon, and he told me that the human eye can measure whether something is straight, when you're looking at a picture, to within a millimetre. How amazing is that? Human eye is a miracle thing. Right, so there's that one measured there. I'm just going to do that one first. You see, I can barely see it now. And this is where I get nervous that I'm just going to cut it in the wrong place. Not cat-handed at all, am I? Can see a beginner crafter. Right, I've lined it up. I'm going for the score, wish me luck. I think that's all right. Oh, it matches up. I feel like I've given birth. I haven't even started yet. See, right, and then I'm gonna do the same at the bottom here. Yeah, so you don't really need to measure these. And my mum, when she showed me how to make a card the first time, she didn't measure it up. And it doesn't matter if it's not exact, because I think the true beauty of making a card is that you've made the card. You know, it's the homemade touch, isn't it? And that's what's so personal about it. Right, and it goes. Line it up again. I'm going in. Right. See, I was like, oh, I've got that wrong. And then I realised that it's this one that I'm using. Oh, beginner crafters of the world unite. Right, now then, how do I get that on there? Sticky pads. I'm very excited about the sticky pads. And that's where the pokey tool comes in. So what's it say? Stick onto the card. It doesn't tell you how, but I'm here to tell you that you use a sticky pad. I mean, they're little, tiny little things, aren't they? But I presume you put one on each corner. So actually, my card is going to be sat proud from this one, because this one has been glued down with something else, and I'm going to use some of these, one in each corner, and hope that that's enough. God, I tell you what, there's worse ways to spend a day, isn't there? I love it. But I will say it can be quite annoying when my children are around, and I mean, they love a craft and they just won't leave me alone. And I'm an extremely selfish crafter. I don't want anybody else touching my crafty bits when I'm trying to do it. Pokey tool again, so I can get the edge off these. See, crafty mum, crafty Cawood mummy showed me how to do all this. I mean, you don't have to use these things. Presumably most of us have glue in the house. If you really want to break open a glue stick, then I'm sure you can. But I like it when it sits up from the card. I think it looks really professional. Right. I better rub off my little marks on here as well, haven't I? I'm going in. It takes ages, doesn't it? But then I think that's part of the beauty of it, because it's done with time and it's done with care. Right, I'll get rid of that mark there. There we go. See, mine's already better than that. Oh, I'm going to be in that office asking for a job next week. Right, next. You see, this is why I wanted the white border, so I'm going to make that, cut that smaller thing out for the middle centerpiece. 7 centimeters. I will go with the 7 centimeters this time, right? So 7 centimeters from the white card. Ooh, I might use a little offcut. Let's measure that. Oh, like that. This bit makes me so nervous. I can't tell. Please say she's getting it right. Right, I'm going in. 7 centimeters that side. I need the dust buster, don't I, to get rid of all this stuff. How do I get that bit out? Does anyone know? Is there a, I'll just slide it out. Right, 7 centimeter square. So that was 7. Now I need 7 this way too. I'm gonna stick that on. I don't talk to myself this much when I'm crafting at home, by the way. I go into silent contemplation, and then when it goes wrong, I throw it at the wall. I really do as well. Oh, I get so cross sometimes when I can't make it work. Please tell me I'm not alone. Right, there we go. So that's going to go on there as well in the middle. I've got a tiny little pencil mark there. Just get the pokey tool involved again. I mean, who thought up that name? It's genius. Pokey, pokey, pokey. I think if you look carefully at the world, you'll find that it is stuck together with little foam pads like this and gaffer tape. That's my theory anyway. Everything in my house is held together with those two things. Off it comes. They're going to annoy me because I'm going to find them all over the house once I've started getting crafty with this box. So it's really straightforward, and you don't need a lot of time. You only really need an hour or so to yourself. I mean, and if you're brave, unlike me, then you can get your children involved. Just be prepared for it to look a little bit rough around the edges, and that's what that's what you see. I'm a perfectionist, craft perfectionist, and Autumn's sticky little muddy fingers getting on my card would really annoy me. Look, it's all right, yeah? Right, now the next bit. Pop out, this is the fun bit. Pop out, oh, I've popped out one right there. Pop out 5 pieces of 3D toppers and stick the largest piece onto the square, layer up and stick the remaining together. Pop out the blue butterfly and a sentiment and stick onto the card. So I couldn't work this out, and one of my esteemed colleagues here at Cranecraft had to explain it to me. But it's really clever, because look at that, look at the detail on that. That looks like it's loads of separate components. But actually, if you look at that, what it is it's the big one, followed by the slightly smaller one, and so on. How clever. Oh, they're very clever, these crafty types, you know. So I need to pop them all out without ripping them, obviously, and then work out which one goes where. Or I might need that for reference. Or maybe just freestyle, actually. I don't suppose you really... You can do this a load simpler, by the way. You could just shove that on the front of your card and have done with it. But, you know, I've got these foam things and I'm going to use them. Because I do like it when they... I said to my mum when she made a card with me recently, I said, how do you get everything sitting up? And she just waved these at me. And I felt a bit stupid. Right, so now I need to get these in the right order. So big one first. Does it matter which way it goes? Does that look all right to you? Yeah? Right. Foam pads. I mean, it doesn't look awful, does it? I think that's perfectly passable so far. One there. One there. Right, I'm going to put this down then. I don't think it really matters how, so I'm just going to use my imagination a bit. But I want it all to go right within the square. Right, that's the first one. It looks nice already, doesn't it? I mean, you could leave it like that. If you were in a rush, that's it, you're done, aren't you? Just pop a sentiment on the bottom. But when I first looked at this one, I thought that was going to be a hard level one, and that's easy. And it is actually, I guess, quite easy. So all you've got to do is layer these subsequent cutouts on it, and it's so effective. Who knew something so simple could be so effective? And I'm loving my foam pads. Foam pads for everything. Pokey tool is an essential. Listen, if you're new to crafting, and you might well be, if you have had this subscription box bought for you as a present, or if you just thought, I'm going to give something a go, it's so good for your mental health. I say that to all my friends, like just anything, and getting into nature as well, that's another one, but crafting, because you can just zone out and think about nothing else except what you're doing, which is true mindfulness. But yes, if you are brand new to this, then get a pokey tool. Just so you can say the word pokey tool a lot. Pokey tool, pokey tool, pokey tool, pokey tool. Sorry, I'm so puerile. Right, so I guess you can put this on any way you like. Oh man, look at that. That's really coming together. Mine is way better with the white border. I'm sorry. I don't care who made that. It's rubbish. Right, next one. I'm joking. It's really good. Next one. How shall I do this? I'm glad my mother isn't here. She'd definitely be preaching. She'd be going, oh, don't do it like that. Do it like that. This is my project. So there's enough to make how many cards in there? Blimmin' loads. Be making cards. I'd never buy another card. That's it. And they're really pretty, these. And the sentiments are quite good. I like that. Wishing you the best of days. Unfortunately, I haven't left enough room at the bottom for that one. I should have thought that through. But there's thank you, with love to you. I think there's some happy birthdays in there as well. And there's lots of different cardstock backgrounds as well. They're lovely. The papers are really, really lovely. Right, so let's get this one on. Oh, it's so clever, isn't it? It doesn't matter how you stick, it does not matter how you stick that on, it's going to look good either way. Right, so I've got 3 more to do. Oh, really cute. I'm going to be really smug when I finish this. Look at my first card. Subscription box. It is such a fab present. It really is. I mean, I feel very lucky that I'm being given them. But that's because I'm helping you guys make everything in them. Although, let me tell you, there are some techniques coming up that are, well, we'll struggle together. Let's put it that way. We'll struggle all together, but we'll learn and we'll feel brilliant at the end of it, knowing that we can knock together X, Y, and Z. I can't possibly tell you what's in them. If I did, I'd have to kill you. I'd be made to sign an NDA. Right. There we go. Genuine joy. Right, 2 more, and then a sentiment, and then I'm done. That was easy, wasn't it? Oh, it's so cute. I'm going to give this to my mother. She'll cry. Love that. I'll see if I can get that on camera too. Oh, my baby's gotten into crafting. Oh. She's got 1 into horses and 1 into cardboard. That's all right, isn't it? The horses are slightly more expensive than the cardboard though. Right. I'm gonna put that there. So last one's going on now, just a flower on the top. Oh, it's lovely. How many of these do you think I need? I'm tempted just to have the 1. They are quite sticky, so I think you'll be all right. But obviously make sure you don't, you know, leave it anywhere it can get played with. Right, so there we go. I have layered. Oh, they've layered differently from me. Look, I prefer mine. But both awesome. I think you can tell perhaps that's somebody who has a bit more experience. But I'm also in love with mine. I think that looks really good. Right, now do I do butterfly or bird? That's the question. The bird's quite big. I was going to go bird just to make mine a little bit different. But let me just see, because it might be a bit too big. Would it be awful if you have the bird coming off the page? No, it's too big. I'm not going to go with the bird. I'm going to go with the butterfly. Sorry, I'm having to express all these thoughts out loud so you can hear me. Now this one is flat, but I'm actually going to bend mine slightly so that it's a bit more 3D like that. Here's hoping that it'll stick still. If I put a couple of the sticky pads on, I think we'll be all right. I do love a 3D butterfly. I'm a sucker. The thing is, I'm just using this, I've chosen these particular bits of cardstock to use, but you could have a rifle through and mix and match. There's nothing saying that you have to just use the bit that's on here. This is just an inspiration sheet, but you can march to the beat of your own crafting drum. Now, shall I put the, oh yes. Now down there. Oh, I think down there, yeah. Oh, well, look at that. Nice, yeah? Yeah, I definitely like the butterfly bent up. Now, I need a sentiment. Am I going to do with love to you or wishing you the best of days, which I think is too big. That's the one I want to use, but I've not left enough room. But I'll just check. No, I tell you where that one's going to go. I'll just stick that one, not with a thing, but I'll just stick that one. Oh, yes, in the middle, look. That's the thing about, I think, making your own card, which is key, which I said on one of my blogs for Create and Craft, is that you can customise the whole card. So you can put stuff on the back, on the inside, not just, you know, when you go down a card shop, you don't get that sort of attention to detail, do you? Right, so I'll just use with love. And then it can be anything, can't it? I've actually got a friend in hospital, so maybe I'll send it to him. So my mum's not getting it after all. Sorry, Mum. It's going to my sick friend. There we go. I'm nearly done. Now theirs is in the middle. I think I might offset mine because I've got the butterfly in the middle, so I'm going to offset mine here. Oh, no, I know what I'm going to do. Sorry, more ideas. I'm actually going to put the 2U at the top. 2U with love, right? Yes. Oh, I love it when a plan comes together. So this is box 1 in the subscription. You can have 6 months or 12 months, but, you know, why would you want to go half? I mean, you should really just go 12, shouldn't you? Because also it starts to get really fun. I mean, not that months 1 to 6 aren't, but 7 to 12, pff, off the scale. I've seen them. Right, here we go. And that is going to go there. God, anyone would think I did this for a living. There you go. I am finished. Look at my card. That's Get the Nation Crafting's #1 subscription box, which is for card crafting. Can you see that? Oh God, please let it stand up. Yes, I was really worried then. And I'm done. What do you reckon? It's at least an 8 out of 10, isn't it? I am really, really pleased with that. I think that actually looks quite professional. That was like my 4th ever card that I've made. So that was my card made from the first box from the Get the Nation Crafting subscription. And box 2 next month. Well, I don't want to give it away, but here's a clue. We're sewing.